earlier I posted a video on YouTube about practicing chords on the keyboard, and I mentioned that that was mainly for beginners. And and now I just looked outside and see that the weather is not very nice. So I decided to stay here and do some more music instead of stepping out as I usually do on, at this time. So I am going to with the beginners, if they're watching, I'm going to go over inversions of the major, not only the major, inversion of triads, and I will use the C major scale to do so. And but before I even do that, if you have kids that you want to teach how to play the keyboard, piano, or I have someone who can teach them. Even you as adults, if you want to start playing the keyboard, it's not too late. It's never too late to learn. So I have someone who can teach your kids, who can teach you. So she's awesome. She's the master, really, of this instrument. So if you are interested, just let me know through my Facebook page, inbox me, or let me know through YouTube, whatever medium you want to use. But if you want to play the keyboard, if you want to learn the right way, I have someone who can help you. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right. So let's see inversion of chords. Inversion of, if I have three notes, like C, E, G, I just play C, E, G, which is C major triad, three notes. So that's in C major. That's in C major, from the C major scale. So I play C, E, G, and when I play them together, okay, I play them together as a block. I play a chord triad. Okay, so I start from the root of the chord, right? C. So you remember you have three notes, but what if I if I decide to start the chord on the E instead of the C, the first note. So remember, you got the C 1, the E 3, the third note, and the G 5 note, the fifth note. So you got 1, 3, 5. Okay. So if when I start on C, that's the root of the C triad. Now if I decide to start on the third note, which is E, and then the C will be played 1 octave higher, so that will be an inversion. That will be the first inversion of the C triad. So I will have something like E. I start with the third. I start on the third note, E. I still play the fifth, G. Then I move the C, the root, 1 octave up. Okay, that's what we call inversion, chord inversion in music. So that's the first inversion, and to me, in my opinion, you can have as many as inversions. But yeah, let me put it this way: as many notes you have in a chord, you can also have as many inversions. Does that make sense? Yeah. If I have 10 notes in a chord, I can have at least 10 inversions of the chord. So in the C major triad, I have 3 notes, so I can have 2 inversions. So you see where I'm coming from, okay? So let's see. First inversion for the C triad is E G C. Now if I start the triad on the 5th note of the C major triad, which is G, okay, then I got the C in the C, and I got the E. Now the E, okay, the E is one octave higher, and it's the same chord, it's the same C major triad. Okay, the only thing is you start playing it on different note. Okay, from the root, from the third note E, from the 5th note G, from the 5th note G, but you still play all the 3 notes C, E, G. The only thing you do, you start I think you can say you shuffle. You start the chord on different notes. Okay, that's all. And I think I don't even think I need to go further when it comes to inversion. That's the basics of the inversion concept. The only thing I can do, maybe I can try to use 4 notes instead of a triad, because whatever you play, whatever the type of chords you play, minor, major 7, diminished, you can do inversions. Same 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 procedures, same concept. So okay, since C major, well, C major, E, I mean C, E, G were just a try, so I'm going to try to play inversion using a four note chords. In this case, I'm going to play C major 7. I'm saying C major 7. When I say C major 7, I'm thinking about the 7th note in the C major scale. And if you count, you start with C, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you got a B, that's a B. So all I need to do, play my C triad, and add the B. Then I got my C major 7th chord, C major 7th chord. Remember, you have to make a difference, and you have to understand the difference between dominant 7th and major 7th. Every time we hear major 7th, okay, in a chord, we're talking about the 7th note in the major scale, okay. But if we are talking about dominant 7th chord in the major scale, that's flat 7. See, just like this is a major 7, the 7th note B. I'm going to add the 7th note B to the major triad. That's C major 7, major 7. Now if I say dominant 7th, that's a different story. It's a flat 7. Okay, major 7th, the 7th note in the major scale. Dominant 7th, you add the flat 7th of the major scale. How do you get your flat 7th? You just start from the 7th, which is a B, and you lower it a half step. You go down a half step, and then you can play your C dominant 7th chord. C major 7, C dominant 7. Okay. Now to play now even though you have 4 notes, you can still play the inversions of the chord of the either chords I just played. You can play the inversion of the C major 7th chord, and you can play the inversion of the C dominant 7th chord. The only thing you need to do is start to play your chord on a different note. You can do it. You can start with the first note. You can start with the third. You can start with the fifth note. In this case, since you added a note for the C major 7th, you added B, then you can play the chord started. You can play another inversion, which will be the third inversion. You can play started from the B, from the 7. And if you play the inversion of the dominant 7th, you can start with 1, 3, 5, and then you can start the third inversion, starting your chord on a B flat, the flat 7. Okay, so it's very simple. Okay, Uh, and it is. Let me give you my trick. I have a trick when I play inversion. When I play inversions, I want to know. I always want to know where the three is. No, number three. That's the first note I want to know where it is every time I invert, the notes. I want to know. I want to. I want to be aware. I want to be aware. I want to know where the three is. Why? Because the number three note plays a, a crucial, a very important role in defining whether a chord is minor or major. So that's why I always want to know where it is. Okay? And also the second note that I always want to know where it is the root. Okay? Um, because the root is really that's the that's the mother that's the mother of the chord. Okay. So okay, if you want, we can try to use inversion of the C major 7 chord. Let's see. Okay. Okay. That's I start that that's from the root. C C E G B. Okay, let's play the first inversion starting on note number 3, which is E. We're gonna have E, G, and then you have B. You remember B for major 7? And then we have C. See, remember for the triad, we were playing 3 notes, but now we're talking about 4 notes. So you need to watch for that when you do your inversion, because there's you cannot just remember you added this B. So if I'm gonna play if I start from E and G, but okay, then I need to play my B. Okay. So what if we start from G, the fifth note? Okay, we go with G, then your B. Don't forget your B for the major 7, and then we play the root here, C, and we play the third. That's it. That's the second inversion. Okay. Since we this chord is not a triad, because we got four notes now, so we can play another inversion, which now we will call third inversion. We're going to start on the note we added to play the major 7th chord, which is the B. So I'm going to start with B, right? B, and then this is this is B, and this is C, which is the root, you remember? And this is E, which is the third, and this is G, which is the 5th. Okay, this is the third inversion of the C major 7th chord. Okay, this is let's replay that again. Okay, this is from the root. Okay, now we're going to play first inversion, first inversion, starting on the third note, which is E, and we're going to play E, E, G, B, C. That's the second inversion. And then we're going to play the third inversion starting on the seventh. Okay, seventh is B. Okay. Yeah, okay, B, C, E, G. Okay, that's it. And for if you play, it's the same. That's the C dominant seventh chord. You can do the same. You play the inversion. You can play 3 inversions. Okay, of the C dominant seventh chord. The only thing now, you're not gonna play B. You're gonna play B flat when you play to start on when you play your third inversion. So you want to try? Let's try. Okay. This is the regular C dominant 7 chord. C, E, G, B flat. Okay. Okay, now we're going to play the first inversion. We're going to start on it again on the third note, which is E. E, E, G. Don't forget your B flat, because B flat is what makes your chord a dominant 7th chord. So don't forget about it. Okay, let's do this. First inversion: E, G, B flat, and C. The second inversion. Now we're gonna play the third inversion of the C dominant 7th chord. We're gonna start on the 5th note. Okay, of the to play the second inversion. G. Don't forget your B flat. B flat. Okay, that's your second inversion. Now, because you added B flat to play the dominant 7th C dominant 7th chord, now we can play a third inversion starting on the B flat. Okay, so we can say B flat, C, E, G. This is what inversions of chords are. Nothing else, nothing more. As many notes you have, you can invert your chords starting on different note. I'm going to show you why I always need to know where my third is. Okay, the third note, which is E in the C major scale, in the C triad also. Okay, this is E. All right. So this is C, E, G. I want to play C minor. So in order to play C minor triad, I need to lower the third a half step, go down a half step. So this is the third E. So I lower a half step, I got E flat. See? So if I invert the chord, the triad, if I play the first inversion, I want to know where my third, where that E, I want to know all the time where it is, just in case I want to play the minor, so I can lower it, because it's not going to be, when you invert, it's a different, it's going to be somewhere else. So what I do we're going to start. Let's play this second. Let's play this second inversion of the C triad so I can show you what I'm talking about. This is E. Oh, sorry. E, G, C. So now, okay. But remember now you change your fingers. You know, you move your fingers different positions also. So now I know I know if I want to play the C minor, it's the same thing. You do the same thing. You lower the third. You lower the third of the triad, which is E. But since your fingers change positions, you might get confused. So that's why I always want to know where the third is in relation to my fingers. So now I know if I want to play C minor, my little finger is the one that is going to go to. He's going to play that E flat third. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Now if I play the second inversion of the C triad, starting on the G, is going to be E, and it's going to be G, C, E. Now I want to play minor third. Remember, I always want to know where my third is, my third note in the triad is, because if I want to play the minor, so it's going to be a different finger. It's going to be a different finger that is going to lower that E. So now this is my third right. Oh, it's the last note. My third now is the last note in the chord. So if I want to play the minor, my C minor, now my thumb is going to play. Is going to play the flat E. This has nothing to do with what you learn in music. That's my trick, okay? My personal trick, okay? So, okay. Basically, that's what inversions of chords are. Nothing is like there's nothing. Whatever chord you play, you can play inversions of it. You apply the same procedures, the same rules, you will get it. Okay? What else? That's it. So, take care.